Artsword. What's on?
Welcome to Derbyshire Artsword, a podcast focusing on the Derbyshire art scene in association with Belper Arts Festival. This week's Artsword is sponsored by the Ritz Cinema Belper. To find out their latest screenings, visit www.ritz-belper.co.uk and stay tuned for Ritz Recommends with Ashley Franklin. If you'd like to sponsor a show or feature in one, please go to artsword.co.uk. And we start with the live and local rural and community touring scheme. It's a support network of volunteer organisations who bring their communities together to enjoy high quality, entertaining and affordable professional live theatre, music, dance, family shows and film screenings at their local village hall, church or school. This week we'll be concentrating on their spring shows. A beautiful new adaptation of Kenneth Grahame's much-loved classic, The Wind and the Willows, features unique handmade fabric puppets and a charming original score. From the peaceful pleasures of Ratty's beloved riverbank to the fearful frights and wicked weasel of the wood, join Ratty and Mole on their marvellous adventures along with gruff old Badger and magnificent Mr. Toad. Directed by Laura Darrell and Box Soup Theatre Company, the show was commissioned in 2017 by Cheltenham's Everyman Theatre. Suitable for ages 4+, the show runs for 60 minutes. You can see Wind in the Willows on Thursday the 12th of April at the Assembly Rooms, Melbourne, and on Friday the 13th of April at Shirebrook Village Hall. Please contact the venues for details and tickets. Now, Third Party Productions presents The Sagas of Noggin the Nog. In the lands of the north where the black rocks stand guard against the cold sea, in the dark night that's very long, the men of the Northland sit around their great log fires and they tell a tale. Accompanied by the brave and mighty Thor Nogson and the great green bird Graculus, we go north on a journey of adventure and discovery to battle the fearsome ice dragon and the dastardly deeds of Noggin's wicked uncle Nogbag the Bad. The Viking storytellers bring the wonderful tales of Noggin the Nog to the stage in this new piece of theatre for families, children and fans. Created by Oliver Postgate and Peter Furman to the stage in this new piece of theatre for children's families and fans of Postgate and Furman's classic children's TV shows from the 70s and 80s. You can catch Noggin on the 22nd of April at Chapel on the Thrift Playhouse. Using modern innovations of antiquity for the making of old-time sounds is the very core of Shisham, Lotus and Son. This trio far exceeds the core combo of fiddle, banjo and sousaphone. Shisham, Lotus and Son make ruthless groove music for the modern ear with commitment and vigour. Jaw harps and harmonicas ringing from bass to treble amplified by beautiful horns, driving rhythms, soaring sibling harmonies have made them highly prized by festivals and audiences throughout Europe and the Americas. Sound and vision explode from the stage as they bring the canon of old-time American, folk and pre-war songs with an aesthetic that is truly unusual. Shisham, Lotus and Son are appearing on the 28th of April at the Verney Institute, Pleasley, and on the 29th of April at the Glebe Field Centre in Crouch. Hop and a Monkey mark the centenary of World War I with their show The Importance of Digging Holes, The Great War and more. The acclaimed Lancashire folk storytelling trio combine their excellent First World War folk set with humorous and melodic storytelling songs. This lively and inventive folk music, delivered in a down-to-earth manner, can be heard at the Springbank Arts Centre in New Mills on the 21st of April. Zoe Gilby is a vocalist and songwriter, making a stunning impression on the music scene today. Her compelling original compositions are written with double bassist husband Andy Champion. Her stockpile of music reaches a wide range of more contemporary material from the composers such as Pink Floyd to Kate Bush, with influences from Sheila Jordan and Johnny Mitchell. The Zoe Gilby Quartet appear at the Kirk Langley Village Hall on Friday the 4th of May. And finally, nominated for Best Musician at last year's BBC Folk Awards, Dan Walsh combines virtuoso playing and winning songwriting. Describing what Dan does is no easy task, but at the heart of it is British, Irish and American folk music, delivered with a healthy dose of funky grooves, all performed with his unique and dazzling take on clawhammer style banjo, helping to challenge all preconceptions about the instrument and add to all the poignant songs astonishing musical departures and lively humour, and the result is a truly memorable live show. The North Wingfield Resource Centre is the venue for Dan Welsh in concert on Friday the 4th of May.
Derbyshire Artsword. The film review.
This is Ritz Recommends. Ashley Franklin previewing this week's films at the Belper Ritz Cinema. This week at the Ritz, there is not one major dominant film, but two. But be aware, both films are on for only 2 nights each. Firstly, there's Game Night. Game Night is a comedy thriller starring Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams as Max and Annie, a couple whose weekly couples game night gets ramped up a level when Max's brother arranges a murder mystery party, complete with fake thugs and federal agents. But it's not what it seems. Described as sharp, fast and unpredictable, Game Night is a comedy shot like an action thriller, so we the audience are kept not only laughing, but guessing. I'm told you'll chuckle one moment, gasp the next. That's in Game Night. The other new release, again on for just 2 evenings, is You Were Never Really Here, British filmmaker Lynn Ramsay's first film since We Need to Talk About Kevin. Well, we need to talk about Joaquin Phoenix, who delivers here a very intense performance, his finest ever, say some critics. But we also need to talk about a film that's been described as a feel-bad vigilante thriller. Phoenix is a contract killer who rescues children from sex rings, so we're in a very discomforting world. In fact, that may be underplaying it because the critics have said this: a powerful assault of a film. A stark, sinewy, slash-to-the-bone hitman thriller. A film that drop-kicks you into a cosmos of pain, depravity and blunt force trauma, although that same critic said the film blew him away. Clearly, however, this is a harrowing picture which is not for the faint of heart. But if you're an admirer of Lynn Ramsay, this is probably a must-see. You Were Never Really Here. This week's satellite screening, this Wednesday night at 7, is the Royal Shakespeare Theatre Company production of Macbeth, a very contemporary take on the Bard's dark psychological thriller starring Christopher Eccleston and Niamh Cusack. Well, the Evening Standard applauds an earthy, urgent and wonderfully sinister Macbeth. So sinister, says the reviewer from the stage, that this is one for horror film fans, as it's haunting, creepy and eerie, adding that Christopher Eccleston and Niamh Cusack make a gripping central couple. Specifically, Eccleston is an engaging, restless and commanding Macbeth, while Cusack's Lady Macbeth crackles with pain and frustration. The RSC production of Macbeth on screen this Wednesday at 7. The other films you can see at the Ritz this week are all back by public demand. Finding Your Feet, Darkest Hour, Black Panther and The Shape of Water. This has been Ritz Recommends.
Derbyshire Artsword. Featured artist.
Hi, I'm Pam. I'm an artist working from my studio in Buxton. I've been an art teacher for 23 years. I work part-time as an art teacher at the moment, and 2 years ago we built a studio on the back of the house, and that meant that I had a space then to paint. So I've been painting for about just over a year. I think I'm playing 23 years of catch-up, so I'm just painting all the time. I take my inspiration from nature, mostly flowers and gardens. I'm definitely obsessed with painting flowers at the moment. I love to use bright, vibrant colours in my work. I work in different sizes, some small pieces, some quite large pieces on canvas. I like painting with acrylics, sometimes use mixed media and little bits of collage in my work. And I get obsessed about details and certain things like hydrangeas. I've been obsessed by hydrangeas for several months now. Done loads and loads and loads of paintings of hydrangeas. I'm just finished actually a large piece called Nasturtiums. There's kind of loads of orange and yellow nasturtiums, really bright popping colours, kind of popping out of the canvas from the shadows. And I've used a bit of mark making on there, using pieces of card dipped into paint just to create some kind of lively feeling to the piece of work. And there's a couple of kind of pink cosmos flowers popping out the top. And I'm really pleased with it overall. So, who inspires me? Well, lots and lots of artists that I like. Particularly love David Hockney. At the moment, his mark making and his colours are absolutely kind of superb. I think some of my paintings are a bit kind of similar in the terms of colour. Not particularly in style, but I like using the really vibrant colours like David Hockney uses. And the mark making, I've tried to include a bit of mark making in my own work. And I saw his kind of massive prints of his iPhone drawings in Solitaire a couple of months ago, and they were fantastic, kind of massive digital drawings, very inspiring. I'm just getting ready at the moment for an exhibition which I put up on Friday, so there's kind of canvases all over the place and large bags and boxes of things ready to go, all packed up, ready to go. That's at Isla Fine Arts and Gifts in Buxton, and it's a solo show, so I'm very, very excited about that because it's my first exhibition. I've just joined the Peak District Artisans, and we will have the Great Dome Art Fair in July, so I'll be there selling paintings and showing my work. I've got a slot booked in at Cromford Gallery near Matlock in September, so lots to do to prepare for that. And believe it or not, I've got a booking for 2019 at the Parsonage in Didsbury, so lots of things coming up. I was recently working as artist in residence at the Buxton Opera House, which is one of my favourite places. I happened to be drawing near the Pavilion Gardens in Buxton, and the manager from the Opera House came past and said, "Oh, looking for an artist to do some work for us." So that was fantastic, right place at the right time. And I spent the summer working in the Opera House, which was a brilliant place to work. It's a beautiful Edwardian theatre. And I have produced some paintings which will be printed onto cards and prints, which will be available very, very soon for sale. So that was a fantastic opportunity. So I've been a teacher for 23 years, teach secondary students art and design. I still do private tuition. I also still do my job 3 days a week, but also I do workshops for adults, and I've got a lovely studio space with a fabulous view, people say, and I provide lunch and all materials, and it's a very relaxing and enjoyable day. And I do lots of different types of workshops, so we do experimental drawing or painting with acrylics. People like to come and learn new things and enjoy the space and some kind of relaxed atmosphere. So yeah, it's a great day, great spot for it. So I've got a website you can look at, which is www.pamsmart.co.uk. So that's fairly easy to find. I've got loads of leaflets around kind of Derbyshire at the moment advertising my workshops. A lot of it seems to be word of mouth. People that I know have booked on workshops and enjoyed them so much that they've come back and booked on several more. So quite a few of my workshops are now fully booked. So if you want to get in on one, you'll have to be quick.
Derbyshire Artsword. Spoken word.
I'm on my own this week. Gate's gone off to see our lass, and for the first time in 40 years, I'm at home on my own. Saturday morning, I drove Gate to Scarborough. I had dinner, and then drove back. That was when I started making plans about such things as what snap I should eat and watch on telly. I can cook, but I thought it'd be handy to get a few ready meals, you know, curry and the like. You see, Gate don't like curry, so this'd be a good rate time to indulge. She don't care for burgers either, so that were another dinner taken care on. And then I thought about telly. You see, Gate's a fan of soaps, all on 'em. She thinks Walford should be severed from the rest of England and floated off into the North Sea. So far as I were concerned, it were a curry-free zone, and hello Sky Sports, note like a wick of football, cricket and darts. I woke up following morning and my stomach were rumbling. I'd had nought since a tin of beans night before. Cook breakfast, I thought. Quick wash, shave and other ablutes, and I'm off. Somebody told me about this cafe on A6, and I reckon they did a cracking breakfast. You know, kind of thing. 2 eggs, 3 sausages, 4 rashers of bacon, tomatoes, baked beans, mushrooms, fried bread, toast and black pudding. I walked into the cafe beaming like a Cheshire cat. At the counter bloke asks, "And what would you like, sir?" "Full English with toast and tea, please," I said. "I'm sorry, sir, but we stopped serving breakfast at 11. 11? Well, what time is it now?" 3 minutes past, he said. 3 minutes past? Can't you bend the rules? "I'm afraid not, sir," he said. "It's the chef. His rules are completely unbendable." "Then what can I have?" "Well, we don't serve lunch till noon." So I said, "Then what can I have now?" He smiled and said I could arrange for baked beans on toast. This living on your own malarkey ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Derbyshire Artsword.
Derwent Valley on demand.